Hey everyone, it's Kathleen Jasper, and today we're breaking down something that confuses a lot of students, the SAT scoring process. We're also going to walk through a sample score report so you know exactly what you're looking at when your results come in. So let's talk about what actually happens when you get your SAT score. When the College Board sends you your score, you're not seeing your raw score. You're seeing a scaled score. Your raw score is simply how many questions you got right in each section, one for reading and writing, and one for math. But those raw numbers don't stay raw for long. The SAT converts them into scale scores that range from 200 to 800 in each section. And here's where it gets interesting. Because the SAT is now digital and adaptive, that conversion isn't perfectly predictable. Your performance in the first module affects the difficulty of the second module. If you start getting more complex questions right, those questions are weighted more heavily, which bumps up your scaled score. That's why you can't take a raw number like 35 correct and say, yes, that equals exactly 640. It just doesn't work like that. The College Board keeps their scaling formula secret, so we can only estimate based on practice materials. Your total score ends up anywhere between 400 and 1,600. Lowest would be 200 in each section, highest would be 800 in each. But remember, your best score is totally dependent on your goals. A competitive score for top tier colleges might be in the 1,400 to 1,500 range. The national average hovers around 1,050, and a 1,200 is a strong score for many students. Now let's look at an example score report so you can see how all this information actually shows up. Let's say you log into your Blue Book account after the test and you see an overall score of 1,120. That's a solid score. You're sitting right around the 75th percentile, meaning you scored as well as or better than 75% of all students who took the test. That's something to be proud of. Maybe your reading and writing score is a 620 and your math score comes in around a 500. Right away, you've got a roadmap. Reading and writing is your stronger section. Math needs some attention. The score report gets even more detailed. You'll see exactly how you performed in different content areas. Maybe your best category was information and ideas, main idea questions, graphs, charts, all that stuff. But maybe you struggled more with standard English conventions. The great news? Grammar is one of the easiest areas to improve with a bit of focused practice. On the math side, you might see that algebra is your strongest area while advanced math or geometry needs work. That breakdown is gold. It tells you exactly what skills to focus on instead of guessing. And one of my favorite features of the digital score report is the ability to click on specific skill areas and instantly access practice questions related to the ones you missed. That is incredibly helpful. You can use those questions directly on the College Board platform, or you can even bring them into ChatGPT and ask for more examples to work through. You'll also see some comparisons, how your score stacks up against your school, your district, your state, and the country. That can be interesting to look at, but remember, comparison is optional. It changes every test cycle, and it doesn't define your worth or your future. Speaking of the future, your report might include a little career insights snapshot. It's fun to look at, but don't treat it like destiny. I got a terrible SAT score, went to Florida State, and now I run my own company. No test can predict your life path. Just keep this in mind. Wherever you're starting, it's okay. Some students want Ivy League scores, some just want to get into a good 4 year university, and some just need a concordant score to graduate high school. All of those goals are valid. With practice, your score can improve. Be patient with yourself. You're in charge of this journey, and I believe in you. If you want more help, head over to kathleenjasper.com and take a look at our full SAT prep course. It includes everything you need: practice tests, video explanations for every single question, and even Desmos calculator training, which is a game changer for boosting your math score. You'll see all the modules laid out in your dashboard, and it's a really comprehensive program. And before we wrap up today, make sure you're following me on social media so you never miss new resources or strategies. I'm posting every week on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. Everything from quick tips to in depth breakdowns to help you feel more confident and prepared. And if you found this episode helpful, do me a favor and share it with someone you know who might need it: a friend, a classmate, anyone who's stressing over the SAT. It could really make a difference for them. Thanks so much for listening, and I'll talk to you next time.